Hello. As an expert in people pleasing today, I am going to teach you if you are afraid of conflict, what to do. Okay. So typically, like we discussed in the first video, it kind of depends upon your level of this fear. If it was really severe, you had some severe traumatic events in your history, whether it was physical or mental or emotional abuse, if it was really deep, I would definitely, and it was your entire life, I would definitely seek a somatic healer in some way, the EMDR, a Reiki somatic healer, someone who can help you like dig into that deep core wound within your body and help you release it. It is night and day experience, but definitely find someone that is, because I'm not in your local area, find someone that is highly recommended, because there are some out there that, even I tried and they weren't as powerful, or they hadn't really mastered their medicine as well just yet. And so, if you've heard of someone doing it, reach out to that friend and ask for, like, hey, who is that person you were talking about? What have they done for you? And or Google search it or something, right? To where like they have reviews for you to actually see who is a good fit for you in that area. Okay. So, but if you, and I think that's just a general wonderful thing to do anyway, whether, even if you weren't in that severe of a situation, it is so helpful to get that moving through your body. But what you can do in the meantime, and or what you can just do for now to take the next little step, is test out your being afraid of conflict in like a low stakes area. Number one, this people pleaser version that I name in my book, is the chameleon and or the fear of conflict. So they kind of go hand in hand, because what does the chameleon do? The chameleon is afraid, so it changes colors to hide, it camouflages, right? And so as much as we don't want to call ourselves a chameleon, because we really don't want to be that, we don't want to constantly be changing, because to be honest, that's manipulating, right? So we don't want to be changing all the time, but that is the behavior that happens. So we constantly change in order to avoid the conflict. So what you want to do is you want to test this in a low stakes situation, like, I don't know, maybe even with a kid that's kind of rebellious, or maybe if that's too big. So it's going to be very personal. Maybe if it's your husband and it's about, like finally speaking up on the restaurant. Like I use that one a lot because it's one of those things that like people pleasers will be like, I don't know, where do you want to go? I don't know, where do you want to go? Like, and it's just a freaking restaurant. Just pick what you want to go to, right? So usually, like when I was first with my husband, like I was very much like, well, I don't know, where do you want to go? And then we'd go somewhere and it would totally not agree with my stomach. And I would know that beforehand, but I didn't want to seem selfish picking the freaking restaurant. How dumb. How dumb. But as a people pleaser, that's what you think. That is what you think. So test it in a low stakes thing, like choosing a restaurant, choosing a movie at home on Netflix. If your husband or someone always chooses, test it on small things where you're like, okay, I'm going to voice my opinion. And they maybe don't like this restaurant, or they haven't ever been there, or it's not typically where we go. And you're going to be unattached to the outcome. Like, okay. But notice what arises in you if they're like, oh, that restaurant, I hate it. Notice if you like then cower down, or if you very much are like, oh, okay, so you don't like it, no big deal, not hurting my feelings. So, or if someone had sent you a text or some form of like email or something that comes at you that you feel a little like triggered by or something, see if you can send it back in a little bit of a short reply versus verbally vomiting all over them because you are now triggered, and or you're trying to like keep the peace, right? Like maybe you say something, but then you're like, and then this, but then you're so amazing. And I love it how you do this, and blah, blah, blah. Like trying to be the peacemaker within it, right? So do that. And then or wait to respond. Just wait to respond until you are feeling a lot better about if they decide that they don't like the way you've responded, that you can still stand on your own 2 feet. Like if they come back with a negative response after you respond, that you're like, oh, well, that was my answer. Okay. So sometimes that just takes time, right? Like sleep on it before you respond. Okay. What also can help, like if you need to respond like that day, what helped me in the beginning of this of like, oh, I need to voice my opinion, but my opinion might cause conflict and that feels really unsafe. And I want to explain myself and I want to backtrack and I want to do all these things is pull up like, there's so many out there, just like a energy clearing video for 10 minutes. Okay. And do it. Get really centered. Be like, what does my response really want to be? And then send it after you do your energy clearing video, if it seems to line up. Because typically what happens in people pleasers is we loop, right? So you get really good at like worrying and worrying and worrying. And when you're doing that, just go do a damn video. It will recenter you back in your body. You will take a breath and then you can send something and be pretty solid in that firm ground. So there are a couple tips for what to do if you fear conflict, just some little baby steps into micro chipping away at having like a bigger conflict with someone around you and not cowering, but taking some breaths and knowing that you are safe. Okay. So I will see you. I think that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. I'm excited. I hope these are helping. I hope that you're able to use them. Okay. We'll see you in the next recording. Bye-bye.